What's coming up here to the top of the hour, and it's that time of day, the time of the week when we make our picks. First off, the standings right now, Bradley is at 8-2 on the year, and his picks, Mike and I tied 7-3. I managed my first 4-0 since we started doing this ever, but it took that fourth down play for Washington State to get the win over Washington. So I'm not
Larry, a
boasting.
question. Has Mike ever gone undefeated on a weekend? Ever?
I don't
Once.
know. He's nodding his head. He said once.
Yeah, it was just
time.
a couple weeks. It was the first week of this year. I think I was
Did we only
undefeated.
pick one game that week?
No, we did three, and I was very content to go 3-0.
You know why? All three teams he picked were pizza colored. That's why that's why he picked
He picked pepperoni, sausage, and mushroom to win.
Exactly.
Once you get to a vegetable or a fungi, I'm not interested. It's got to be.
There you go. Yeah.
Meat on pizza.
A fun guy you're not. Hey, let's talk about this week's picks. Let's start up in Ann Arbor. USC and Michigan. Who you got?
Man, I got to think the Trojans have looked really good, much better than expected. Michigan's looked worse than expected. I know it's in the big house, but I'm going with USC to win at Michigan.
I am going to go with USC as well because Michigan was dumb as a box of rocks to not go after a quarterback in the portal.
Wow. And there we go. By the way, I'm going USC because I went Michigan 2 weeks ago thinking Connor Stallions would do the current staff a favor, and he didn't. So,
and
look,
we laughed when you did it.
You did. You did. You just pat me on the head. There, child. So, yes. So, I'm not going to fool me once. You're not going to fool me twice. I'm going Trojans coming in and getting it done. Okay. Up next, Iowa, Minnesota.
Under. Oh, I have to pick a winner. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think Minnesota looks a lot better the last couple weeks. Iowa hasn't looked as good as I expected. I expect Iowa to be a lot better. I still don't think Minnesota's good, but now I'm starting to think Iowa's not good either. It's at Minnesota. I don't know why, but I'm taking the Gophers in this one.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna stack my chips on the Iowa defense, and I just don't think that Minnesota has enough to go up against that defense. And I think the under's the way to go. And I expect 5-3 Iowa wins.
On a safety in those final seconds.
On a barn burning safety. That's the best offense of the game.
Yeah. After a bases loaded triple in the first half. So you're exactly right. I'm going to go Iowa as well. As we've talked before, they just seem to find a way. They stumble into wins somehow. The defense is tough. Let's see, maybe a pick six makes a difference or something. Staying at the Big Ten, Rutgers taking it on the road to Virginia Tech.
I'm going to go with another roadie here. I like Rutgers to beat the Virginia Tech. I think Rutgers is a good team. I think they're better probably than the Rutgers name usually gets them credibility wise. And Virginia Tech's solid, but I watched them play and they didn't look very good. So I'm going to go with Rutgers. Give me the Scarlet Knights.
Yeah, I'm going to go with I'm a big believer in Greg Schiano when he's coaching Rutgers, not so much when he's coaching in the NFL. So, but I do think he's a good coach. I got Rutgers in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with we talked to our friend Brian Fonseca here in the summer. He was really singing the Scarlet Knights praises as a team that could maybe do something this season. I'm going to go with the Scarlet Knights on the road as well. They get the victory. Let's look at a couple of top 25 games while we're at it. Love this matchup in the Big 12. Utah at Oklahoma State.
This is one of the biggest games of the weekend. I think that this is a game that could be a deciding game in this conference, right? I really think these are two best teams. I think Utah is the favorite, but I'm going with the Mullet, man. I just think the Mullet wins this one at home, and Mike Gundy and Oklahoma State find a way to get it done. He's a man, and he will win.
Yeah, I actually think Utah's quarterback, I'm not certain if he's all the way healthy. I'm going to go with Mike Gundy as well, but I do believe this is the game for all the marbles in the Big 12.
Yeah, I think so too. Gundy's the man. He's a man. I'm a man. Talk to me. It's one of the all-time great press conference lines. Like practice.
Yep.
Just like that. Yeah, Mike Gundy's the man. Go look it up on YouTube. I'm gonna go with Utah on this one. I'm gonna go the other way and see what happens. Utes, love Utes. The game of the week, the two Utes. That's right. Love this game. Tennessee at Oklahoma. The Sooners. Welcome to the SEC.
I think am I crazy in thinking Tennessee's pretty good? They have looked fantastic early on. And I know that maybe they haven't seen a crazy tough schedule or anything like that, but they have looked really good, just dominant in their games. Oklahoma, on the other hand, has been kind of up and down. The 16-12 game gives me pause. So I'm going to go with Tennessee to win this at Oklahoma and give the Sooners their first SEC loss ever.
Yeah, I think Tennessee's going to win this, and I think people are going to be surprised how easy they do it. And if you remember, Mike Gundy was 40. That was 17 years ago.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Now, talk about feeling old, because he's 57.
Well, I remember him as a quarterback for Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I remember him and Bosworth going kind of head-to-head.
Yeah. So, boy, tough. Both 3-0 in this one. It is at Norman. Tennessee's a favorite by a touchdown. I'm going to go with the Volunteers and Josh Heupel coming through and making himself known that he's a man as well. Tennessee Vols getting the win on the road. By the way, that's an ABC game, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. All right, fellas, we've done it. 2 hours in the books once again. By the way, final day of summer on Saturday. So enjoy, get those sweaters out because fall is here coming up on Sunday. We appreciate all the guests who came by this week. Hopefully you enjoyed it as well. Enjoy the games and enjoy the weekend as always. Be safe. We'll talk to you right here. Same station next week.